So let's take a moment to talk about Sepia Bride. If you haven't been following along on TikTok, there was a bride complaining about the photos she received at her wedding. I'll leave those videos down in the description below. And basically, the whole drama is the fact that everything was edited with a kind of sepia look. It's that whole like overly orange editing look that was honestly popular in the 2010s. I personally was never a fan of it, but I've seen it a lot. A lot of photographers have done it. And yeah, that was just the photographer's style. But now the bride is on TikTok and on social media complaining about what she received from the photographer, which honestly, in my opinion, is a little under the belt, but we'll leave it at that. Now, since I generally teach wedding photography and I want to help you all as photographers, let's talk about what some things you all could do to stay away from situations like this. The biggest place where you're going to want to focus is going to be in your initial meeting with your couple. Now, I've done this before and I talked about it in my 1-star review, which I'll leave right up above. But basically, first and foremost, always make sure you're actually vetting your couples so that both you and the couple are on the same page. Nothing against this bride or this photographer, but clearly they are not on the same page about how the editing is going to be done and what type of photos they're going to be receiving. If you're having a communication disconnect, you're always going to end up in a situation like the Sepia Bride. So make sure in your meeting you're talking about how you edit. You double check with the couple that they've actually looked at your photos and you make sure that they like them. Tell them something about your editing style that maybe should stand out or be pointed to, like, I like very desaturated greens, or my black and whites are super grainy and I'm a big fan of that. Show them that stuff and talk to them about it clearly. Ask them about things that they do and do not want for the wedding editing. Do you want your skin to look perfectly flawless to the point where it doesn't look real anymore? You look like a magazine? Or do you not care if you have a little bit of acne, or if they have a scar? Do you want me to get rid of the scar, or are you okay with showing it? You need to ask these questions every single time, because if not, you'll end up in that same type of situation. Second off, I would say shoot an engagement session. This is a great way to see if you and the couple are on the same page. I've done it many a time, and a lot of photographers won't do this, but generally, when you're booking a wedding, the deposit is non-refundable. However, I like to approach all my couples as a human first, not a business, which clearly is not the best for my business, but it has worked out so far. So generally what will happen is once I've taken the booking fee, the engagement session is a part of the session. If we have our engagement session and my couple absolutely hates just everything, they'll still receive their photos and I'll give them a refund excluding the price of what an engagement session would be. This way, no one's hurt. I still got paid for the work. And yeah, they may not like the photos, but they do have them. They could always get another photographer, and technically, they haven't totally wasted money. I got paid for my work. They got an actual product. So it's not the best situation, but to sit there and argue with them and be like, I'm not going to give you your deposit back. It's just, guy, just give them the deposit. It'll be okay. Let them go find another photographer and just have it be water under the bridge. Trust me, it's much better. And think about yourself as the client. Wouldn't you want someone to do that for you? So have an engagement session is a great way to save a long-term headache, because if the couple doesn't like you, then go ahead and let them go because they're not going to like you on the wedding day. The third thing you can do is stop having trendy editing styles. Just edit your photos in a way that looks good and is not super crazy. If you're familiar with the Natural Fills preset, that's what my editing style is like. It's very natural, very straightforward. There are a little bit of color changes happening, but it's nothing drastic. If you want to check out the preset in action, definitely check out my live stream I just did up here. Having a nice, clean, natural editing style really helps in your photos. However, if you do want to have a style that's like sepia tone-ish or like the super dark and moody stuff, that's fine, but you're going to have to vet your couples very heavily. Now, your editing style makes a huge difference, and honestly, I feel like a lot of photographers just don't really know what they're doing when it comes to editing. People are grabbing presets and just expecting to slap it on a photo and be like, yay, there it is. But remember, presets are to help us bulk edit quicker, not to make your photos done. I can't tell you how many times I get emails from my support emails on the Natural Fills preset where people are like, well, I put it on my photo and it doesn't look good. It's like dark and stuff. I'm like, but yeah, you still have to edit the photo. Preset is not a one-click fix type of thing. And if you're trying to be a wedding photographer and you're just starting, please, please God, learn how to actually edit in Lightroom. I actually have a course on it that will get you started. definitely check it out in the description below. But don't just buy someone's preset and then start slapping it on photos and then being like, I don't know why the photos don't look good. Because honestly, depending on how the sepia photographer was, maybe that's what they're doing. Again, I don't know. Honestly, the whole TikTok seems a little sus because since the bride has the raws, for all you know, she could have just edited them in sepia tone herself and then tried to blow out the photographer just to get views, but don't shoot the messenger. So actually, I take that back. I was sitting here actually editing this video, and one of my friends actually sent me the photographer for that wedding. So it is a real photographer. The bride isn't re-editing the photos just to get clout online. This is a real situation, and the photographer's actual work is actually pretty good. Obviously, she has that sepia kind of look to her photos, which I've seen before. Other people do it. Because that's one thing I hate. Everyone's talking about this like they've never seen this editing style before. People edit like that. Her work is great and fine. So overall, this is just an unfortunate situation. Very similar to what I dealt with my 1-star review. And the worst part about it is that the bride decides to go onto the internet and blast the photographer. And now a lot of her Instagram posts are getting like spammed on and stuff when the photographer did nothing wrong. Again, what happens a lot of times to us wedding photographers is that couples think they can say whatever they want to, and most people are going to side with them because they don't understand the business. So yeah, it's hard. It's an unfortunate situation, but just wanted to add that in there, that now I know that there actually is a real photographer. Her work is great, and this is unfortunate. At the end of the day, you need to be vetting your couples on the same page with them to make sure they're getting what they want and you're also serving them correctly. It's not as simple as just jumping in, booking the highest paying client, and then delivering photos edited however you feel like. Make sure they understand your style. Make sure you understand what they like, and everyone will have a better and happier wedding experience. And if you want to see a great wedding experience, definitely make sure to check out my full wedding days videos, which you can check out right over here.